Here's our first case study. Before we begin, the norms are the following. Do not relate this situation to anyone else. Don't make it personal. You may share your own personal stories that connect, but that is not an expectation. Just focus upon the case study. And finally, be solutions-oriented. How can we help these scholars to overcome their problems in their lives and not repeat the same behavior? Let's see if we can work on it together. Here's our first case study. The background is that Maria Jose doesn't do very well in school. Her grades are constantly lower than her parents want them to be, and she also doesn't feel very included socially. The first trigger happens to be when she's being made fun of. So what happens is Maria Jose's best friend makes a joke at the lunch table, saying, "I am sure you would find that funny, Majo, if you got the joke." This triggers Maria Jose to feel shame. Her reaction is she attacks herself with negative self-talk. And anytime you see a bold word, that's a key term that we're going to be looking at during this unit. So negative self-talk, telling herself repeatedly that she's stupid, everyone knows it, and she'll never pass her classes. The result is that she carries this self-talk into her fourth period class and fails an assessment she had studied hard for the night before. Knowing she failed makes her feel even worse, and now she becomes angry, which is a second trigger, failure. She projects her anger back at her best friend after school, yelling at her in the hallway and walking off in anger. Here are some questions for discussion, and I'll leave it over to you. What was Maria Jose's first trigger? How did she react? What was the result of her reaction? What additional problems emerged from her attacking herself, or what additional problem? And what additional problem did she experience by the end of this sequence? We'll move into the final slide, so you may press pause now, teacher. The final question is, what if Maria Jose recognized this initial insult as an emotional trigger? If she knew that she was often triggered by someone questioning her intelligence, what could she have done differently?